What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another daily news video. Today is Tuesday, March the 8th, and I would say it's not a slow news day, but it's close to a slow news day. It's a bit recycled news, but some interesting news, some good news, I think. Some maybe some news a lot of people were hoping for, but again, at the moment, it's just pure speculation, I would say. But I will also say it's the same news or the same type of news coming back every day. So there should be some truth in it at the end of the day, even if the source is Sport, name it, all those sources we sometimes laugh about, but it is what it is. Before we get into it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and put the notification bell on because we have some new and big things coming up soon. So yeah, let's get into it. And the first piece of news, my mistake, is who's going to be the big signing in the summer. So the big splash signing we are hearing a lot about. Romeo basically said every news outlet is speculating on. So that's basically the big news, like who's going to be the big, not in particular the transfer fee wise, who's going to be the big signing, but who's going to be the big player. And I say transfer fee because the news is, it's from Sport. They're saying the interest in players such as Pogba and Savic, Milinkovic, is there, but the costs are higher. Pogba should take a pay cut, but for the Lazio player, the opposite argument. The salary is no problem, but Lazio's asking price is. So at the moment, it's like, I would say it's between Pogba and Savic. It isn't, but those are the names. And I think just if you look past the names and just look at what the reporting is, they want that type of caliber of player. That's what they want, or rumored to want. Again, Romeo said in January, the club will make a big splash signing. Hence why we use the word splash in the summer. And they want to do that for midfield. And people say maybe De Ligt will leave, all those things, but like we need to focus on who's going to be the splash signing, and does that need to be in midfield? That's the question I think a lot of people are asking because we have so many issues, and we will discuss that on a live. You can let me know in the comments if we make a big splash signing. Should that be on a midfielder? Should that be on a left back, a striker? I don't know, a right winger. Let me know in the comments. But it's between Pogba and Savic for now. Now, two different players, like not completely different, but a bit in terms of pure technique, pure talent. Pogba is better. The opposite, the coin flip, like Savic is younger, but he has a big price tag. Pogba is free. Other side is Pogba has a big salary. Savic, not really. He will be around 6, 7, maybe. So that's less than Pogba, I will say that. But the signing fee, so the transfer fee, is immense. Because I said it on the show, I think a week ago, Silvio Proto, who is a Belgian goalkeeper, he played for Lazio, I think 2 seasons. He was in the studio and he said, Lotito is pricing Savic out of a move. And I agree with him. But then there are other news outlets saying his agent, Savic, and Lotito have an agreement that he can leave if amount X, Y will be offered by any club. Nobody knows what that amount is, but he's not getting 100 mil. I think it will be in the region of 70, between 70 and 80. And people say that's too much, and I agree. I think that's too much for Savic. So I think if it's gonna be one of those two, it will be Pogba, because maybe it sounds crazy, but it will be easier to do the Pogba deal than the Savic deal. Just for the fact he's free, and I do believe Pogba would like to return. It's just, will he take a big pay cut? Raiola will ask for, like, just step back and think about it. Like, he's on 13, 14 million euros at Man U. This will probably be his last big signing or big contract, and he needs to take a big pay cut. Now, people say, oh, he has money enough. You never have money enough. Like, it's for his family. It's setting up generations and generations. His children, grandchildren, I don't know. So that plays a part at the end of the day. But if he takes a pay cut, it is what it is. For me, it's still the easier deal to be done, just because I think he wants to join, and the fact that Lotito's asking price, excuse me, and Lotito's asking price is too high. So that's why I think Pogba is a quote unquote easier deal to do. I'm not saying it's easy, but between the two. But I think based on the news, it's pretty obvious the big splash signing will be a midfielder, and it will be one of those caliber players in, like, say, Pogba, Savic, people say De Jong, like, I'm just throwing out names, like, it's gonna be one of those according to the rumors. But let's see. I think the big signing should be a midfielder, because I think we can mask another season playing Alexandro, but I don't think we can mask another season of our midfield getting dominated by Spezia or Genoa. Like, I'm just throwing out names. I don't think we can mask that. But yeah, we move on to the next news, and that's young players. That's what the club wants to do. I think that's what we have been told ever since Arrivabene and Cherubini basically took over. That's basically the line that this club wants to follow. And the news is, in June, Juve wants to continue with the line taking in January. That means young players with low salaries at the top of Cherubini's list. There are Zaniolo, he's valued at 40 million euros, and Renato Sanchez, who will leave Lille at the end of the season. I don't believe that Renato Sanchez news. I think he will go Milan possibly. I like him, but I'm not his biggest fan. He's very inconsistent. He picks up a lot of injuries for some reason, but his inconsistency is my biggest issue. Zaniolo, we will talk about it the closer we get to June, because I think for some reason that's the number one target for the club, and we will see what will happen with Dybala and all those things. But Zaniolo, he's not in my top 5 players I want to sign. Like, I'm not saying we sign 5 players, but like, if I need to make a top 5, he doesn't make the top 5 of players I want in the summer. But apparently the club, Allegri, are very high on him. Like, his talent is unquestionable. I don't think anybody is putting that up for debate, but his injuries and his output the last couple of years, because of his injuries, are not what they should be for a player of his talent. So it's a bit underwhelming in my opinion. And again, 40 mil, I think you need to pay more, even if he has 1 year left on his deal. I think even if it's 2, I think they will ask for more. But the main news out of that story, I don't look at the names for now. I look at, they want to go for young profile players on low salaries. Like, I would say Zakaria. He's not young, but like, he's young. I think when people read young, they think 19, 18. For the club, 23, 24 is also young. Locatelli, like those type of players. And the following news falls basically in that pattern, because that news is Alexandro. He's rumored to leave in the summer. But the news is Sandro could leave in the summer, and for his replacement, there are 2 names in pole position. One is Emerson Palmieri, and the other one is Oliveira from Getafe. More difficult to try to open a negotiation for Lodi since from Atletico for now, because they are not giving any signals of wanting to sell Lodi. Now, Oliveira, not gonna lie, never watched him play, so I'm not gonna make a judgment on the player. I don't believe that's a concrete option. I think that's more an option clubs like Napoli will look at. I don't know. That's what I think. That's not discrediting the player, because I've not seen it, but I don't believe that. That's some random name. I don't think the club is in for him. The Emerson Palmieri thing made me laugh for many reasons. First of all, we've been linked with him ever since he was leaving Roma to join Chelsea. Ever since that summer, we have been linked with him every time. Do I like him? Yes, when he was at Roma. Now, no. Like, he's at Lyon for a reason. No disrespect to Lyon, but he's there for a reason. He shouldn't be. He should not even be an emergency option. And I don't believe that he's an option. I think it's just an easy name that we're getting linked to every summer, every winter transfer market also, and they're just throwing it out there. Because think back at the previous news, saying, same Tutor Sport saying, they want to sign young players on low salary. He's not. Then if you're gonna sign Emerson, you just can keep Alexandro. Like it's not. Is he better? I think he's better than Alexandro at the moment, but it's not a world of a difference. It won't make a big difference. It won't. So I don't believe that news. I just put that out there because I think we're looking for a left back, and I think we'll move on from Alexandro and maybe even Pellegrini. But I don't believe Emerson is a real target. I hope not, because that will be very, very underwhelming. It would, because that's not the player we should be going for. But I just put that out there. And then we move on to, well, Dybala. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but this week is the week apparently, so we need to talk about it. And the news is the parties have reached a turning point. Dybala, for his part, has now understood there is no prospect of a pay rise. Juve will take a different approach to last September. Dybala could be at the meeting, so this Thursday. The bonuses Juve will offer will be difficult to reach. It's all in Dybala's hands now. And that's what we all said. Like, it's Dybala. If he says, yes, I will take 7.5 plus 3 million bonuses, very difficult bonuses to reach, and I will sign for 3 seasons, then it's done. It's because the club is not going to change their offer. They're not. Like, the only thing I can see them change is saying it will be 3 plus 1 you can activate or something like that. But they're not going to go from 7 or 7.5 to 9 plus 1 bonus. That's not going to change. So it's actually up to Dybala. And I said it before, what does Dybala want? Does he want to leave now when he's 29 to Barcelona, Atletico, Tottenham, and make that big change in his life, in his career, at this moment in his career? Does he want to stay where he's loved, where he is familiar, where he knows he's the guy he's going to play, or something? Will he join Inter, which I think will be very weird because he has won everything in Italy. I don't believe Inter is going to win the Champions League anytime soon. So it will be like, you're going to Inter for the money? I don't know, because there's not really a difference. Like, I don't know what it is. So it's up to him. It's very simple at the moment. I say simple, but it's up to him. Like, the club is not going to back down. They made an offer. They changed it. Dybala got angry, which I understand. But at the end of the day, the club will say, no, this is it. Take it or leave it. And it will be up to Dybala in terms of, is he going to take it or is he going to leave? So let's see. Let's see what this Thursday will come out. Hopefully something concrete so we can put this behind us. Even if he's gonna stay or he's gonna leave, like, finally we can move on. We have some clarity. So hopefully that happens this Thursday, because it's dragging on since August. And then before we wrap it off, really quickly, we're linked with a goalkeeper, the Cremonese goalkeeper. So Cherubini is keeping an eye on Cremonese goalkeeper Marco Carnesecchi. Oh my god. That's from Calciomercato. I've never watched him play. I watched Cremonese for Fagioli, but I've not, like, I didn't keep an eye on the goalkeeper. Like, I wasn't focused on the goalkeeper. So I don't know. I think he's 21. Chesney is gonna do out his contract, so we need to look for a future goalkeeper. And I don't think we're going to splash big for a goalkeeper. We didn't, like, that doesn't make sense for the club, basically, money-wise, to do that. Let's see. I think it's just a rumor put out there. Like, if Perin is going to sign, apparently Pinsoglio signed. So I don't know what that rumor is. I just put that out there. Let's see. I think starting from next summer, the club should be making concrete moves to look for the goalkeeper of the future. In-house, on the market, I don't know, but they need to figure it out, because at some point you need to replace Chesney. It's that simple. So yeah, that's today's news. Nothing new, basically. It's just more confirmation of what the club wants to do in the summer. Like a feeling. Again, don't focus on the names. Don't focus on Pogba, Savic, but just focus on the profile and how you want to say it, the magnitude of the names, so you have a sense of what the club wants to do or is hoping to do. A lot will depend on top four, but this is news for the day, so we need to go with it. Yeah, before I wrap it up, like the video, subscribe to the channel as always, hit that bell notification on because we have some new things coming up, and that's it for today. We will be back tomorrow with a debate show, a live debate show. So it's gonna be me, Julian, and Justin. We will debate some good topics because I've seen the questions Julian made, so it's gonna be a good show. Yeah, it's been a long time. We all three of us have been on. I think it's been since the transfer window, I believe. So that's gonna be a good one as always. So stay tuned for that, and we will see you tomorrow. Ciao.